as a person who wants to keep improving, you have to constantly step out of your comfort zone. There, true progress is made. Don't cope with schooling or work. Still go out, meet new people, and make strong connections. So yesterday, I played flag football, and I went with schoolmates. Some of them I was familiar with, others I've never met at all and don't know. One person, I really only knew one person. He's the one who invited me. He had asked me to come before for 2 games before, and I wasn't able to because I would have been doing maybe a job interview, or I would have been just busy doing schoolwork. And I was thinking to myself, if I ever get a chance to come again or to get invited again, I should definitely go. And that I got that chance yesterday, right? He was texting me. I was about to actually leave to go to the library, and he was like, "Hey, you want to come for flag football?" I'm like, "You know what? Sure." So I went over to my school, went, said what's up to all these new people. It was like 8 of us, if I'm not mistaken, 8 of us. Just met them and just threw the football. This is American football. I know I have some international viewers. American football, right, where you throw the good old pigskin around. And I'm not really into sports at all in general. When it comes to sports, like you could say I'm like a calisthenics athlete. When it comes to sports, I like martial arts, but I'm not necessarily a ball player of any sorts. Growing up, I never played any type of football. People ask me that all the time if I ever played football. Never played basketball. Never played baseball. I played when I was a young child. I played t-ball and baseball, and I played soccer, stuff like that. But I've never gotten interested enough to keep pursuing those things. I even did swim for a little bit, but I just never stayed consistent on those things whatsoever because I never found deep interest in those things. I didn't find deep interest in physical fitness until a lot later in life. But going back to flag football, we were walking to the park, a park that was about a 30-minute or so walk away from where our school was. And what's interesting, we had to do makeshift stuff. We had to make our own field out of trash bags, and we used trash bags out of for flags basically. And again, I don't know these people, so we're all walking. Basically, everybody's walking up in pairs, and they know each other, and they're familiar with each other and talking to each other. And I'm over here trying to engage in conversation here and there with whoever I might be walking closer to at a given moment, just to just say something. But I'm not much of a sociable person at all. That's definitely something I have to try and improve on in order for me to just be able to grow and make new friends and connections and stuff like that. When it comes to the rest of our way there, I wouldn't say I was completely quiet. I still try to speak and stuff like that and make jokes. When we got there, we started separating in teams, and I was thinking I'm probably gonna be last pick because earlier, before we even left, we were just throwing around and I couldn't even catch the ball. I could barely even throw the ball. Now, I'm not saying I've never played catch. I've played catch with my dad. We've thrown around the football. We've kicked the soccer ball. We've thrown a baseball, stuff like that. But it's man, I just never been, it just takes a good second for me to catch on for whatever reason. I just don't have the ability to just do that. It's kind of what have I been doing my entire childhood? That's what I think sometimes. But we chose teams. We all got picked. It was 4 and 4 because it was 8 of us. I was trash, right? I didn't even know any of the terminology, barely even knew any of the terminology. I mean, I've watched a couple games of football. I watched the Super Bowl a couple times, right? But I've never decided to since I've never went out and played with my friends at the park or anything like that, I've never picked up any of the terminology. I would just kind of watch it, and then I'll either become bored and then go back to like doing drawing or whatever, playing video games in my room, or it just never stuck when I would be watching it or when I would be getting into it. I know a lot of my friends would play it, right? Some people become flabbergasted when like, oh, you didn't play any football? What? Man, we should have got you on the field, right? They'll look at me, man, you big, bro. We should have got you on the field. It's like, for one, bro, why do you have to see a big nigga and assume like, yeah, football right there, yep, football. Like that has to be the first thing you think of. But disregarding that, I just never really got into sports. And of course, I was on the losing team. I'm not sure if that's because of me. I mean, I have athletic abilities. I noticed that I wasn't really getting all tired or fatigued throughout the game. And I was able to have pretty good defense. But that's just because it's like, okay, let me watch out for the person who has the ball on the opposing team so I can pull their flag out and then just get to them as fast as I can and then pull their flag out. That's basically like all I was worried about the entire game. And it was a relatively good strategy. Our defense wasn't that bad. But overall, just the experience of the game, it was fun. It was fun being able to go out and do something physical with a bunch of other guys. Even if I didn't know them that well, even if I was bad at the game. And then this was the other, I would say, challenging part. After we left the field or the park, we went back to the school. Everybody made their way back to the school. And this is like downtown. And we have these Lime scooters and these Lime bikes, basically like these electric scooters and bikes that people can rent with an app, and then you just ride back to, you know, wherever you are, and you park it. You can park it wherever, like, you know, is a good space to park it. So this right here, I can't ride a bike or a scooter. I didn't know I couldn't ride a scooter until yesterday. And one of the guys there, he offered like, hey, you want me to buy your scooter? And first of all, that was an incredibly nice thing to do. Like, he just immediately did that without me even pulling my phone out already. And I'm like, sure, yeah, if you want to do that, go ahead, yeah. And he bought my scooter. And the moment I put my hands on it, I'm like, wait a second. I can't ride a scooter. I try and ride it. I try and get on it. And I'm like pushing, and then I'm like pressing the little gas pedal or whatever, right? The electric, whatever, the go thingy. And I'm like, how do I keep my balance? Okay, let me try and keep my balance. Let me try. I would have my balance. I'd be balanced for like 2-3 seconds, and then, bro, listen, I never learned. It's just I don't know, childhood, whatever. And not everybody, but two of the other guys, they come back like, yo, everything all right, you know? And they try and teach me how to ride the scooter, stuff like that. He's like, oh, we can switch to a bike. And I was like, I just had to be dead flat honest. Like, bro, I can't ride a bike. Now, no one was like, you can't ride a bike? You can't ride a bike, my nigga? Nah, I'm just playing. Nobody did that, right? But like, everybody was like pretty cool about it. Like, sure, maybe they probably went back to their dorm and was like, bro, this nigga can't ride a bike. Bro, this dude, bro, he can't play football. He black and he can't ride a bike. Who is he? Who is this guy? What was he doing? What happened? What happened to his child? Right? Maybe they're thinking that, but maybe they don't care. But the guy who offered to pay for my scooter, he stayed back with me and walked the entire way. It's about a 30-minute walk. I might have already mentioned that. He walked me the entire way back to the school, or he walked with me. You know, we both kind of knew our way a little bit. And, you know, it was like, I had a great conversation. He was very sociable, very nice. You know, that kind of made me think, like, how familiar was he with, like, the entire rest of the group, right? I know he already knew, you know, the person that invited me out. But, like, you know, just really good conversation, talking about our majors, talking about, like, other plans, other stuff that we're into, other projects we're working on. or just other things we do outside of school that we want to like, help grow us and stuff like that. And I think it was just a great experience overall, right? And with that being said, with the whole story of flag football and everything, when it comes to, discomfort or comfort zone, I did something that I wouldn't have expected myself to do. Like, especially flag football. Like, dude, I don't even like play sports, right? I'm not even interested in sports. And I'm going out to play flag football with mostly people that I don't really know, or that I'm not that really close with. And in general, I still had a good experience, right? I could have done the usual thing, not the usual thing, but what some people will do, they'll go out and they'll say yes to something, and they'll go out and do it, but then they complain the entire time that they're even there. I didn't catch myself complaining, like, not whatsoever, even when, the whole scooter and the bike situation, and we had to walk back. I was like, I was fine. I was chilling, right? I like to walk anyways. I don't even want to ride a bike. I like to walk anyways. All right. And even if I was trash at flag football, like just the fact that I'm out there being physical, stuff like that, to get in some cardio, if anything, if you want to be more consistent in cardio, do like some pickup basketball with your friends. Maybe go out play soccer with your friends. Maybe I don't know, do some like sparring in the park or in your backyard, maybe with a friend, if like that's legal or whatever. I'm pretty sure it's legal. Just in general, go out. Like, like I said earlier, don't cope with like, I'm gonna be busy with school, or I gotta work, or I'm doing this and I'm doing that. Like, you can still go and hang out with people. Just don't be like a drug addict about it. Don't go out and party. Like, if anything, going out doing something physical, like hiking, playing a sport, whatever, like anything like physically active where you're out in the sun and you're getting fresh air, those can be like the most productive ways to like make new connections and people, because everybody that's there is there to kind of like challenge themselves physically and to have fun with other people around them, right? They're not over here taking shots of tequila while going up the mountain. Maybe people do that, but most people who like, let's say go up Stone Mountain wouldn't do something like that. So of course, find these situations where you will be out of your comfort, but not in situations where you're going to be destroying yourself, or you're going to be getting into degenerate or hedonistic behaviors, just for the sake of getting out of your comfort zone. Because if anything, you're just going to have a new comfort zone, and then that's going to be your new way of coping with things, by going out and partying and drinking every night. If you end up kind of getting addicted to those things to a certain extent. I can use what happened today as further fuel and motivation to just, in general, be more sociable. That's definitely one trait that I'm going to have to expand upon and improve on, because if I'm going to be in the world of creativity and artistry and just business and things like that, I have to be able to know how to talk to people. Now, in general, it's not like I freeze up when I'm like next to people I don't know. I try to make conversation when I can and try and make jokes and stuff like that, but it doesn't come as easy or naturally. It's almost as if it's something that I have to practice a little bit. And sometimes that makes me think like, yo, am I like stupid or something? But it's just, I don't know if it's just my personality type. Maybe that doesn't exist. Maybe you just learn to just try and talk to people better, right? I can probably definitely gather information on that and just do better with those things, and take notes, like how I just said, teach, like in my past video, teach myself how to actually do those things. So therefore, when I am stepping out of my comfort zone and I'm applying myself in whatever situation I am, I can have more to apply because I have more knowledge to pull from, and I can actually test that knowledge, and I can actually see if what I learned works, and if I make mistakes, and I can readjust and recorrect. And this is just a growing experience, right? Me going hiking with my friends, me doing this flag football, something I never would have expected myself to do. I can definitely grow from this, and you should try and strive to do that too. Say yes to something that will benefit you. But you wouldn't expect yourself to say yes to, right? You know, maybe you're like me, you're not really a sports type of guy. You don't really like care about football or want to play football or whatever, right? And then if friends invite you to go play football, go ahead and say yes, right? It doesn't have to be football. It can be soccer, basketball, shit. I know if somebody asked me to play basketball, man, I would be so dookie. I don't even think I know how to like dribble a ball and run with it. But yeah, that's the end of this story about flag football. Go out and do things that make you uncomfortable, because that is how you grow. You know, that's all. Get out of your little bubble, get out of your comfort zone. Peace out.